Blaj and me, the reason that we're doing so good is because there's a certain amount of synchronicity between us, okay? We have this perfect blend of friendship and business partner that is an unparalleled match. And for any team to really be very, very successful, if you look at the core, it's not one guy. It's a core group of people who have amazing synergy, who have great connection and total trust and loyalty to each other, okay? And what that creates is a powerhouse. It's a mastermind. It's a team. And what happens is, if your vision is powerful enough, you open the door for lots of people, because then you have vision, you have guidance, you have leadership, you have structure in place that people can use to start maximizing their potential. Make sense? Cool. So, what I want to talk about today is this. And it's a little chilly in here. I can turn the air conditioning off.
No, turn it off.
Turn it off? If you guys really sweat,
no, don't turn it
if
off.
you guys really sweat, I'll turn it back on. But inspiration. You guys saw I had this up earlier, okay? Inspiration, living with inspiration, is more powerful than living with motivation. All right? So, in order to realize what I'm talking about there, I could give you all the rah, rah, rah. Go out and go do it and go do all this kind of great, powerful stuff in your life. And, you know, you're the man and you are the chosen one. Who cares? It's a bunch of fluff. You can't do anything with it. All right? What is it that's going to make somebody accelerate and make someone else procrastinate? Really interesting question. Because if you're not accelerating, the only reason you're not accelerating in your life is that you are procrastinating. There's something where you're procrastinating. But ask yourself why. It's not that there's anything wrong with you if you're procrastinating in your life. It's just that your values aren't in alignment with your focus and your actions. Your values aren't high enough. You aren't value-centered enough to realize what motivates you to get up and inspires you to get up. Alright? So what am I saying here? What's your focus? Oh, this is a Skype guy. Anyways, I want you guys to understand that what you're focusing on in your life is what's going to grow. Okay? And I had some really neat experiences in the last couple weeks that I really want to share with you, because they're very powerful things that we all go through. Alright? Anybody ever focus on the bills that they gotta pay? It is getting a little warm in here. Actually, let me turn this back on. Anybody focus on the bills that they gotta pay? When things, do you ever reach a point in your life where things seem overwhelming?
Yeah. Yep.
Right? What could be overwhelming? Name a few things that can become overwhelming.
Money. Financial situation.
Why is that the first thing that guys always say?
Because it's what's happening right now.
It's a real deal. Okay?
You need to survive.
You need money to survive, and money becomes a real stress for most people, okay? But what happens if you're stressing out about not making enough money?
You attract more of that situation.
Yeah. Where attention goes, energy flows. And when you focus on crap, and I got this from Jordan Belfort, I love it. If you focus on the crap in your life, you become a giant crap magnet. And more crap comes into your life. And the reason being is because I want you to think about the mindset that you had when you were on the up and up. Anybody here ever had everything just go really amazing and smoothly, even if it was just for a short little time in their life? Mm-hmm. How did you feel?
Great.
And great. What was your mindset? You felt empowered, right? Was anything holding you back? No. Were you worried about anything? No. Were the actions and the relationships and the things you did and the people that you met, was it on the up and up? Absolutely, because you were in a good vibe, right? How do you get to that all the time? Now, it's impossible to be there every single time. I'm not telling you that you're going to be like, ah, like an angel flying down a rainbow all day long. It's not going to happen, okay? But how do you get to that state of positive flow most of the time, right? Well, you have to take a deep look inside and look at where your values are. Because I can promise you, if things in your life aren't going smoothly, you might have a little bit of disalignment with your values. Okay? In other words, your vision, your what your values are in alignment, what you're doing right now, and your actions aren't in alignment with your values. Maybe they're not in alignment with your morals. Maybe they're not in alignment with your vision. There's something that is going to be tripping you up because your energy isn't in a positive alignment. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody, or am I going a little voodoo here? Or not voodoo, a little hippie? No? Okay. Because, does that make sense to you guys? You guys feel that? Because I want you to feel your life out. It's not about you're not a human being. You're actually a feeling being. You feel. You feel everything. Justin, can you put your phone on or one of you guys, somebody on the phone, can you put your phone on mute, please? You are a feeling being. And what I mean by that is, like, everything that you do has feeling behind it. Okay? You go out, you're feeling something, okay? So, rather than thinking about human, I want you to think of yourself as you are nothing but feeling. You're always feeling everything. You're feeling the air, you're feeling me talking, you're feeling the room, you're feeling your skin, you're feeling your clothes, you're feeling emotion, you're feeling love, you're feeling joy, you're feeling peace, you're feeling hate, you're feeling all sorts of things. You feel. Okay? And when you are not feeling great, you're not feeling good, it's going to be a little bit hard to make better choices. You're not going to be as cognitive, you're not going to be as creative, there's not going to be as many opportunities and as many options, because if you're on the down in your life, right, and you're focusing on the crap, like, or worried, maybe something bad happens, okay? Now this used to happen to me all the time. I would spend what little money I had, and then I had to buy something else, but I bought something else, maybe I was counting on, this happened all the time when I was a personal trainer, okay? Oh, it was the worst. I'd buy something knowing that I had a client who's going to give me like $1,000, and then all of a sudden he doesn't give me $1,000, he's gone. Oh man, ooh, awkward. Ooh, oh, that sucks. You know what I mean? Like that's, and I make a little bit of a joke about this, but it's happened to me a few times. Try to take a girl on a nice date or something like that. When planned it, I was banking all this money to come in, didn't happen. Now it's like, hey, let's just go for a walk. It's pretty sweet outside. Want to hold hands? All right. So, anyways, long story. You don't need money to go on dates. Yes, you do. Just saying it how it is. But you know, you only do the walk along Seawall for so many times, right? With Starbucks coffee and all that kind of stuff. Eventually, wears a little cold, and she's like, "We're going for dinner sometime."
Let's go for a hike.
Yeah, let's for the hike. Can you drive us to Grouse? Don't forget the bus change.
Oh yeah, we have the bus. Sorry, we can't.
So, anyways, I'm just saying stuff like that. So, what state would I have been in? Okay, I'm just the date thing. Let's just put that aside. I was just joking around about that. But knowing that I got bills and things coming up, rent due. People don't pay me. Am I in a great state knowing that this guy didn't show up and he just actually, oh, you know what, I'm out of town for 2 weeks, I can't show up. I don't have any new clients coming, you know what I mean? Maybe you were at work or something like that. Maybe you're working a job right now. And, you know, you went out on the weekend, you spent maybe a little bit more money than you planned on doing, and all of a sudden you're going to the next day and you're like, oh geez, I got this stuff. And now you're looking at your bank, maybe you didn't save a whole lot of money, or maybe you're a saver but you don't want to spend any of the money you saved. Now you're kind of stressing. There's all sorts of different people. There's savers, there's spenders. I'm a spender, not a very good saver, okay? I just believe in making more money rather than trying to save a whole bunch, right? But you should also save. Just now that I'm a little wiser and older and know these things, you should save too. But, you know, so what state is that in? It's in a fearful state, a fear of not having, right? Fear of not getting. So how do you get out of that state, right? You're focusing on the crap. Right? And just the same thing applies with your business. So when you're talking to people, right? One of the biggest fears I always used to have was I would be afraid I ran out of people. I didn't have any new person to talk to. I burnt all my bridges. I talked to everybody. Everybody said no to me. I've been there so many times. Have you guys ever felt that or experienced that in work or business or network marketing or anything? Yeah. Okay, it's not a brand new thing, but what's happening is that fear is literally pushing your success and your results away. It's really, really difficult when you feel that you've burnt everything out. And guess what? What we see is physical, but there's a whole energy thing going on that you can't see. okay? If you're desperately broke and you're hurting for cash, and I've been there, guess what? People won't want to help you because you have a desperation sort of vibe. And I've been there. I had to figure out how to puzzle that desperation vibe out. I had to get it out of my life while I was actually desperate. Because when I told you guys, when I became a personal trainer, I sold my car, I cashed out my RSPs, my ESPs, I drained my bank account. I had a effing backpack. That was it. I had a backpack. Okay? That was me 4 years ago with a backpack. I borrowed $300 from a friend of mine. That was it. And I couch surfed for a week. And that $300, I ate that in a week. Okay? I was fortunate. I met a guy who let me work off my rent for 2 months. And I ate my shirts. I just trained people for free. And people were hard hustling me. I was so desperate. I would train someone for 20 hours for like $400. Okay? When I started my personal training company, but I would never go back and put my tail in and go back and get a job. I wasn't going to do it. I had sink or swim. Okay? But I had this total fearful mindset that I was totally stuck in and locked in. Okay? Here's where you need to make the switch. You are valuable. You have value. That's where you need to understand the switch. What's going to change what you are now to who you are meant to become is when you understand that you are incredibly valuable. If I can go from being broke as a joke to living it, it's not the fanciest apartment, but it's not bad. Just bought a new car, making a six-figure, making almost more money than I could spend now. It's a total different thing. I didn't have enough money to just buy anything, and now I make more money than I can spend in a month because I don't have needs to buy tons of things. It's crazy. You start making like 5 figures a month. It's nuts. Right? It just changes everything. All right. I'm starting to now visualize what it's going to be like when I make 6 figures a month. It's a different ballgame. So if I can do it, so can you. I'm not better than you. I'm not different than you. Someone told me my value one day. That was it. I met this guy, and he saw me online. He was supposed to make personal training. He just said, "Hey man, let's go for a hike. You look like a cool guy. I'd like to get to know you." Right? You have wisdom inside of you. You have knowledge. You have gifts. You have things that you can share. Right? Do all you do all day long is make fun of everything and talk stupid? No. There's wisdom, there's knowledge, there's love, there's care, there's compassion. You have genuine gifts that you can't put a price on. Right? You have things that you can share, you have enlightenment you can give. There's light inside of every single one of you. When you understand that, guess what? You are valuable. When I understood what I was, because somebody told me, this is what changed the game for me. This guy, after I sat there and we hiked for 2 hours, says, "Shane, I would have paid you $1,500 for this hike if I would have known the amazing things you would have shared with me." Wow. Okay. He says, "Are you asking that from your clients?" He says, "No, I'm lucky if I get $400. It's because you're not asking for $1,500. Right? Subconsciously, we sabotage ourselves. Right? And it's not just you. You got you and you got the devil. There's 2 massive enemies. You're your worst enemy. Okay? By far. I'm my worst enemy. By far. Okay? There's no one who can hurt you like you can. It's crazy what we do to ourselves. The only thing that remember that whole saying? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Right? Write that down. Change the way. I don't know who wrote that. That's not mine. It's not original. If you change the way, I think it's Wayne Dyer. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So, welcome to Enagit. Welcome to GPM. My intention here is to help you change the way that you're looking at things. Because I want to talk about focus. Right? Now, and I also want to talk about accountability and making sure you have a tight-knit group of positive, focused friends that keep you on track with your visions, with your goals, and with your life and what you want to do. All right? So, this morning, I had an issue. I went down to, I was thinking I was going to get this $2,000 check-in this week, right? And I found I'm not getting it until the 15th. And I was, it's not like for lack. It was just like I was kind of choked about it. I miscalculated, and I was like, I went on this little poo-poo rampage. Poo-poo, boo-hoo, Shane, freaking, not gonna get $2,000 this week. I'll wait till the middle of September, like after my birthday. It's freaking, I've got lots of sales coming in. It's not like I need it right now. It's just, I was wanting it, and I wasn't gonna get it. So I was on this little rampage, and I called Blage, and I was like, man, I'm freaking, I screwed up, and I'm not getting that $2,000. I thought I was gonna get it this week. And he's like, man, like, why y'all being all negative? Like, so what? Go sell another machine, make more money. I told my buddy Corey, I have a really good friend, right? We're on the same up. Anytime he's talking negative, I'm like, hey man, you know what, that sounds really negative. We're gonna get back in positive land and still focus on the positive, right? And so he told me the same thing. He's like, you know what, man? You can't focus on that because you're complaining, you're thinking about something negative. You're just gonna focus on all the amazing things that are coming into your life, right? You gotta focus on the fact that you got lots of sales coming in. You gotta focus on this big Kamloops thing tomorrow. You gotta focus on the good stuff, right? So I started focusing on that. My day just turned right around. You know what I mean? Had a couple good phone calls. Things went really well. I had a good workout. It was awesome. So who is it in your life that you're close to? And are you correcting them every time they get into a negative spell? See any? You got friends like that? Absolutely. Right? Klaus? Luke?
Yes.
Corey, yeah. All right. Yes, you do. You got to. Right? Did you guys see the value in that? Did you see the value or the problem with not having somebody like that in your life? Now, evaluate your friendships. If your friends aren't always popping you out of the negative space, if they let you go down that negative little rabbit hole, question that friendship. If they join you in that rabbit hole, get rid of that friendship. Okay? If they push you into the rabbit hole, get rid of that friendship. Trust me, 10 new people will replace that negative friend. It's so important that you have accountability with the people in your life to help you stay focused. This is called masterminding. It's part of masterminding, right? You need to realize that two heads, two people are better than one. And if you learn how to create solid, trusting, lasting, prosperous, amazing friendships and relationships with the people, and these relationships have great value, okay, because they're positive and they move you forward towards your vision and your goals, those friendships are always going to last. Okay, that's what a friendship is supposed to be. A friendship is also listening. Yeah, if someone's having a hard day, listen to that friend. Don't be like, oh, you got negative on me, see you, bye. You know what I mean? There's definitely compassion and empathy.
What if you have a friend that's constantly negative and wants?
If a friend is constantly negative and always negative, you gotta become acquainted. Like, diminish the friendship. Don't let them close, because the people you allow into your 5 closest friends, you're gonna become just like. And if you've got to diminish the friendship a little bit, because why? Everyone in that negative person's life, they're sucking energy from, right? And they're like this, and you will care, and that's their job. They want you to make them such a massive focus. Feel sorry for me. Give me your energy and your love. That's why it's never going to change.
You're not
and
helping
you're not helping them. I hate to break it to you. I'm an addictions specialist. Come from a crazy life of addictions. Okay, I snorted half a Peru. I drank an Ocean G. I've popped more Skittles than freaking Willy Wonka. Okay, I've done it all, and I don't now. But I'm just telling you right now, I understand addiction to the extreme. Okay, you cannot help somebody
that doesn't want to help themselves.
You cannot help somebody if they don't want to help themselves. And if they want to help themselves, you need to see that they are helping, because sometimes you'll think that they were trying to help themselves. But they're actually just asking more from you, and they're leading you on. So be careful, because there is the gray area there. And I like to make it black and white, cut and dry. It's just how it is. If somebody's taking too much, like I had to lose I had a relationship, the same idea. Best friends with this person for 3 solid years. But I realized that there was this huge block in my life. Okay? I'm committed to my life's vision, my life's goals, not one person. Okay? A relationship should never be about the relationship. It's the worst type of relationship. Because no relationship that's based on itself can last. 2 people have to have vision and places to go in their lives. They have to be running like this, not like this. Okay? This is called childish. This is called immature. This is called a relationship that sucks. We've all done it at least once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Hopefully you've learned. Okay? Alright? Relationship based on itself, like, oh baby, I'm so sorry. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, what are you doing? Who are you calling? What are you doing? What are you up to? Forget about it. Can't be about that, okay? You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what she's doing, or him and she, whatever, however it goes, okay? You gotta know where you're going, and you gotta know that person's vision, they gotta know yours, and they gotta be partnering up with you. That's about relationships, but as far as it goes with friendships, you have to diminish certain friendships so you can let other ones in. I had to lose a friendship, I had to cut this person out because I realized that for my life, it was really holding me back, and it wasn't that this person needed me, right? It's just that I was always getting all the negative stuff dumped on me all the time, and I was always trying to be but you know what, 2-3 years later I realized that subconsciously it was holding me back from a lot of things in my life. It really was, because I was so focused on trying to help this person, always trying to puzzle it out. You gotta puzzle it out yourself. When people are stuck on that, they're actually addicted. They're an addict. They're addicted to self-pity or negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and negativity. And the only way to help an addict is actually to cut them off. Okay? Like, cut them out, cut them off. You know, you have to let people sometimes hit rock bottom before they want to go up, right? Otherwise, they're just going to pull everyone around them down all the time. And you know what, sometimes people, it is what it is. You'll never escape that. It's a golden rule, right? So be very careful about your associations, right? I have amazing people in my life. Amazing friends. And yes, I'm always there to lend an ear if somebody needs to be heard. But they also got to be able to reflect on their situation and continue to grow and evolve and want to do better. If someone's staying at the same and they're really just gripping the ground, and they don't want to let go, you've got to let go of them. It's tough. Sometimes it hurts, but you grow. You got to learn, right? You can't take somebody if they're like this, stuck on the floor. You can't take it with you, right?
Oh, there's that movie, you ever seen What Dreams May Come?
What Dreams May Come?
So Robin,
Rings a bell.
Robin Williams movie.
Okay.
Anyways, he dies, his wife dies, she goes to hell, he goes to heaven, and it's his choice to go to hell to try to bring her out of hell.
Yeah.
So he has to go through hell to get her out of there. So
Yeah.
if you want to do that, you can do it,
Yeah.
but just know you're going to go through hell just like they are.
You're going to go, exactly, right? Now, at the same time, at the same token, right? Love and emotions in relationships, and we don't want to get too far into this today, on love and emotions and how that can affect the heart and all these kinds of things. Don't be cold, don't be callous, be someone who loves, understands, and sympathizes and has compassion for every single human being, right? So don't be cut dry. But when it comes to a friend, you have to learn how to be the right kind of support. In other words, don't put yourself through hell, be the light. Okay?
Be the ocean, not the river.
Be the ocean, not the river. Be the light. Shining light into darkness, which means support, encouragement, and giving good advice. Don't give them a fish, which is the symptom. It's the Band-Aid, okay? My sister went through a long period of depression, and my mom would always try to help her and give her everything that she asked for, and it made the situation worse. What I did was I gave her structure, advice, things to do, tasks, agendas. sister, 180 degrees. Okay? Me and my dad did that, not just me, but me and my dad. Okay? But mom was always doing the trying to help. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry you're going through all this stuff. And it made it 10,000 times worse than it needed to be. My mom put herself through hell. But me and my dad just shone some light. Right? And it saved her life. Got her out of the hell she was going through. Right? When I was going through my addictions, I had people that I would try to latch out to. My dad gave me light. Son, he wasn't going to go through hell with me. Okay? He wasn't going to give me a freaking dime. But he said, son, I love you. It's alright. Rain over here for you when you're ready. You know, kind of stuff. He gave me, he's like, I'll talk to you when you're 33 or something like that. He used to give me all these old man sayings and stuff like that, but he gave me good advice. You know what I mean? And he never judged me. So I don't judge friends when they're going through those kinds of situations, right? But anyways, back on track to your life, your vision. I want you guys to understand that you are feeling beings. So don't feel cold and callous towards somebody. Always feel love, right? But when it comes to your personal vision, your focus, the things that you want to accomplish in your life, right? You need to wake up every day and have inspiration. Your inspiration has to take you over your obstacles. Your inspiration has to lead you towards your goals and your vision. So, why, again, going back, why do some people feel absolutely inspired when they wake up, and why do some people procrastinate and not take action? Okay? When I get up, I'm not sitting there like, woohoo, I can't wait to sell 10,000 Kangen machines today. Alright? But I actually am excited to be a part of this whole thing. You know what I'm really excited about is the lifestyle I get to live. That's what I'm really excited about. I'm really excited that I don't have to say I'm busy and I get to play some drums in the morning, and I just bought a rebounder and I play guitar. I get to read, I get to do these amazing things, and I get to go out and help people all day long. I am so inspired, right? Because it's in alignment with my core values. So it's what you're doing. If you don't understand the value of the Kangen water and what it can do for people's lives, and you don't really understand it, the value of this product, what's going to happen is you might not feel as inspired as I am to call people all day long, right? So what you really want to do is ask yourself, what are my core values, right? What is it that I'm getting up for in the morning? What do I want to feel in my life, right? What is good? What's perfect for me? Right? What is it that I love to do? And for me, it's giving. I love being able to give. I'm a giver. And if you want to be a go-giver, trust me 100%, if you have a servant's heart, you'll be the happiest person on the planet. Okay? Servant's heart. Write that down. Have one of those. Grow one of those.
Get one.
Okay? If you don't have one, get one. Okay? I'll give you one too. It's amazing. Because that is where you're going to have love, peace, joy, purpose, and fulfillment. So, when it comes down to why you're going to procrastinate, okay, and I talk about this a lot, but there's often three things that will hold us back in life, right? Things that will stump us, things that are going to restrict us, and yeah, it's the neighbors. Hey, it's Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you get blasted
What
out.
is he talking
Yeah, you'll find out in about 5 seconds because it just comes. Speaking of the first number one, the thing that holding you back, I love this.
Addiction.
Best time ever. Addictions. Alright? Could be sex, drugs, money, rock and roll, smoking pot, doing drugs, drinking, whatever, right? Addictions. Taking up too much of your mental space, too much mental focus. You need to be focusing on the things that you want. You need to have your vision. Number 2 is negative people and negative relationships. We've already covered that. And number 3 is being a victim. This is where you're not being accountable. Okay? This is where you're being probably maybe like your friend. Okay? Playing the victim card too much. Not being a warrior. Right? I love this little synopsis. Okay, there's 2 types of people in this world. There's victims and then there's warriors. You probably want to be a warrior. A warrior in life, in every aspect of life. What you do when you get up. Are you planning your day out like a warrior, or are you thinking like a victim? When we talked earlier about what we manifest when we focus on grows, okay? when I was complaining about that money or whatever, and I was in this negative headspace, and when I was personal training and I'd be so focused on why I didn't have enough money coming in, and I'd be stressing out about not making enough and having to buy a wrap sandwich for $3 and I only had, $2.75 or something, like there was times where I was literally at that, I had a place, but I mean, oh my gosh, my cash flow was like, it's nuts. I was focusing on the crap. I was being a victim. That's where it is. That's where you become a victim. So if you find yourself becoming a victim, and I'm not saying you'll never be in that state. SHIT happens, right? Stuff is going to come up. But can you get back up on your feet fast enough to overcome it? That's what you want to ask yourself. And how you're going to do that is by having the friends and the close people. See, I'm tying it all in together for you guys, right? You need to have the friends, you need to have the people who are close to you to help you, lift you back up. So your friend, be positive. Give them positive things to say. Like, you know what?
See, that's the thing.
Focus on the positive
But
things,
that's
right?
the thing though, that's what I'm trying to do, but if you're telling me that I should diminish this friend,
No.
then...
But hear me out. The value, right? I'm talking about, remember, be human first, right? Be a feeling being, be a loving person. Don't cut a person out, be cold, right? If they're, the way you made it sound was like they're just really just all a negative person. But if you want to be a positive person, but don't let them be a negative person in your life. And you'll know that they're a negative person in your life if they're holding you back, if they're taking up all your time and energy, if they're sucking you dry and you're emotionally drained, right? Don't help other people until you've helped yourself, right? Because people need to help themselves first before they're able to help other people. So, like I'm tying it all in, there's the victim, right? So how do you balance out those three things? Because sometimes, listen, there's alcohol out there. Does everybody here drink at least once a year? Everybody does. Okay, does everybody here get into a relationship once in a while? Does everybody here go out and have friends and party? Does everybody here go out and watch too much TV or something like that? Things happen. Addictions come up on you like you're always under attack. So I'm trying to give you guys the tools to identify when you're suffering from one of these three ailments. Okay? And then the right tools you can use to snap out of it. If you're being that victim card, that's where you need to have the friends, good friends, who can point you in the right direction. Say, hey man, you're being negative, you're focusing on the negative, you're being a crap magnet right now, get back on your horse and get back up, dust yourself back off, right? If you got a negative person, negative relationship, you need to learn how to deal with that accordingly and properly. So it's not sucking your energy, right? You want enough relationships in your life that are building you up and helping you mentally and physically and emotionally, and supporting you, they're leading you towards your vision, right? If you're empowered by enough people, you might have enough energy to help a couple people who are really trying to suck it out of you. But you learn how to do that properly without giving what you have.
Would you regard being choosing to be a victim synonymous with a belief system?
Yep.
Same thing?
Yep.
Like belief system, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Being a victim often has to do with your belief systems. Yeah. It's called a BS system at that point, right? BS, belief system, I'm not swearing. And then if it's addictions, right? So how do you overcome addictions is you need to have a vision that's stronger than your addictions. And if you don't have a proper structured vision, I talked about this last week, you need to know where you want to go, what you want to do, who you want to be with. Write out your mate on paper. Write it out. Write out the income you want to make, the places you want to travel, where you want to live, the cars you want to have, the boats you want to have. You've got to write stuff out. Write your vision out. Write it out. It's awesome when you do that. How long is it going to take you? An hour or two? Look, I just write out my vision and talk about these different things in life, relationship. I'm telling you right now, write out your perfect mate. It's going to happen because then you know what you're looking for. It's very clear on that, Hey, if you write out like a 100%, like a 10 out of 10, and you get the 9.5, it's awesome. At least you aim for that, You don't want a relationship that's a 6 because you compromised, you settled, right? When you settle on a relationship, you're settling on your value. Because when someone doesn't understand your value, and you settle for that person, you lost your value. That's why most relationships don't work. You stop seeing each other's value. You don't see that person as they really are. They don't see you who you really are. guys got a little bit confused, right? Maybe engaged in activities a little too fast, too soon, right? It happens. All of a sudden it's based on all the physical, not the mental and emotional and spiritual and all the things that actually matter in the relationship, because you know what I'm saying? I'm going to spell that out for you. Wait a little while. You know what I mean? Build something up before you guys do that. You know what I mean? So don't screw up your relationships either. You don't want to, you know, keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. That's insanity. Can't escape the truth of what relationships are and the way that they build up and the way that they work and the way that they last. Can't escape. Right? So, that being said, it's now 10 to 9. I want to recap. Okay, so we talked about focus, where energy goes, attention flows, and where attention flows, energy goes. Right? So don't focus on the crap. You want to think about your values, because your values, when they're in alignment with your vision, you're going to have more inspiration. Inspiration is more powerful than motivation. I'm not here to inspire you. I'm not an inspirational person. If you guys knew the things I've done with my life, you'd be like, that is such not a motivated guy. But he's very inspiring, okay? I'd rather be inspiring than motivating, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that bad. It is what it is. So, you guys want to write that down, yeah. Inspiration, more important, it's more powerful than motivation. What's gonna take to get you to actually talk to people and connect with people and get up when somebody says no to you? You gotta make sure that when those people, by the way, when people have joined your team or something like that, and they're just like, oh, business isn't for me, they're being a victim. 100%. They're argue with me? No, they're being a victim. They saw the business, they saw the product, they believed in the whole thing, but then they're just like, yeah, you know, I tried, get a couple no's, not for me. I've had a few of those, okay? 150 people in my organization, yeah, I've had at least a few, right? Some people said, you know, I love the product, but you know, I just don't want to do this. Well, I was like, well, you saw it, you got it. It's working for me. Why isn't it working for you? Yeah, it's just you know, you're good at that, not me. It's not for me. I sucked at it. I had like 400 no's before yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I burnt every single bridge I possibly had. And now I've got people who I've talked to over a year ago wanting to join up with me today. Right? Totally burnt those bridges, so I thought. But I was being so short-minded, so short vision, right? But I honestly just never quit, because I had a friend. I had a friend help me get out of that negative spot, right? And you need to be that friend to the people in your team. You need to be the person who's going to be like, hey man, cheer up, get up out of your little boo-hoo, little poor me'sville here, and like, you're a champion, man. Come on. Round 1, you got knocked out. Get back up. Round 2, you can get knocked out too. But hey man, you got round 3 coming up. Alright? Wear a mouth guard this time. Put a freaking helmet on. Okay? Get up. You're going to eventually be a champion. You just got to keep getting out there and keep swinging. You need to have that accountability. Right? And what about negative people, negative relationships? Learn how to balance your life. Right? Be centered. If you're finding that you have a subconscious resentment towards somebody in your life, you absolutely have to get that person out of your life. Resentment's a tough thing. Or try to figure that thing out and have a really good communication. But you want the majority of the relationships in your life to be uplifting, positive, empowering, transformative. And surround yourself. If you find that you don't have enough of those, show up here every Tuesday. Get on the phone call every Sunday. Okay? Call me. Get personally mentored and coached. I'm here for that. Anytime I take out of town, I put it on the GPM group. Free mentoring and coaching. I don't know why anybody doesn't take that. I helped Jamie Brock last week, and the kid sold 15 machines in his business after I helped him get a couple things clear and sorted out in his life. Pretty powerful stuff. Okay? Now he's already like 4A, so I think he probably made like 10 grand or something. So not a bad week. So if you guys have an opportunity to get personally mentored by me, use it. Anytime I put one of those things up, it's a private deal. I'm taking Susanna, Dave Cardos, and Duncan. And who else am I taking? Jacob. I'm taking. I got a car full of people. They booked it as soon as I put it on there, right? I had 2 people, and it took till today to fill the last seat. I don't know why it took a week. Should have been filled like right then. Put that up there. Jump on it. Like, aloha, even if you're not on my team, why would you not take that? You know what I mean? Help you get to the next level. See your life real clearly, because right now I'm talking with you guys in a general space. If I get personal one-on-one with you in your life, you figure out exactly where you're at, help you see where you're at, and help you actually make a structure, make you actually do that work, you're going to do it. I'm going to actually make you successful. I will push you across the line. I don't even care about your feelings. Okay? I'm going to have a slew of very successful people because I'm telling you the stuff that actually does motivate people. I've been training the wealthiest people in Canada for years as a personal trainer. People who make like $250,000 a month. Do you think I didn't ask a few things and learn a couple things? I got some valuable information for you guys. This stuff works. Use it. Okay? So the other thing is dealing with addictions. Remember, your vision has to be higher. So to recap it all, does that all make sense to you guys? Can you guys use any of this stuff today, or was it fluff? Real stuff. I want you guys to actually use it. Use it, use it, use it. If you don't review it, you're going to forget it, right? I want you guys to like realize that you have the capacity inside of each and every single one of you to be a 682-4 or 684-5, whatever. Any goal you want to set, you can accomplish it. But the only thing, like, okay, Balaj and me, we were pretty much brand new into network marketing, and we didn't have any systems or structures in place. Okay, now we're the fastest growing team in Canada. We're growing faster than people who've been doing this for decades. Or whatever, not a decade, but for a decade. We're growing faster than people who've been doing this for years who've got network marketing training. Why? Because we're inspired, not motivated. Inspired. We know what we're doing. When we get up in the day, there's no idle time. Maybe a little bit, but my day is organized and structured. Go ahead.
So wouldn't inspiration and motivation go hand in hand once you are inspired?
Well, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. But I'm saying, I'm just trying to emphasize today's, inspiration is more important than motivation. You put the two together, it's very, very good. I'm motivated and inspired, believe me. But I just want to really emphasize that inspiration is the key, right? You need to be inspired, because motivated is like, it's like a band-aid in compared to inspired. Inspired is the key. You want to wake up and you want to be like, you know what, I know what I'm going for. I'm inspired to do it because the results that you're going to get when you accomplish a sale or something like that. Think about this, you're helping a family. You're helping somebody have better health for the rest of their life. It's a wellness product. It's the best water on earth. It's better than any other health product. Anything that's acidic, anything that's carbonated, anything that's got like whatever antioxidants in it, this pales in comparison. Carbonated is acidic, okay? Chemicals, all these other things out there that are just toxic and destroying people's lives, and you have something that can restore proper balance inside of the body, that can detoxify people on a cellular level, that can help prevent disease, right? That can help people manage stress better, and help get over depression and mental disorders and digestive disorders and skin disorders, and never have that if they drink the water young enough, right? It's amazing what we got. This is the future. You guys can be Kangen multi-millionaires, right? And it's already starting to work, right? We're creating a team here. You guys have things that you can plug people into. This is so extra. This isn't taught by Kangen or Najik. This is me simply giving to you. I have nothing to do with most of your businesses. Do you know what I mean? This is real. I've got people on my team here, but a lot of the people who show up here, like probably like half of them, are not even on my team, right? This is not about me. This is about you. It's about me helping you, right? And I'd love to see all of you guys have all the success and everything that you want in life. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be doing this. I don't need to. My team's still going to grow if I'm not doing this, right? But this is for you to have a better life, to live at an excellent level, and to understand that you can structure your life in a way that can have the most love, peace, joy, purpose, and fulfillment you ever even imagined. Fair? Cool, guys. That's it. It is now.
Yeah.